Right, hey, good evening everyone, welcome to it. It's Thursday night. You are joining me, my name's Alan Patterson, here at Raceface.Pro. And we're live for Season 10 of the GT3 Pro Championship. It's been going great guns. And we're at Zandvoort in Holland this evening. Super challenging little track, here we go. Yeah, on the dunes, on the coast of Holland. I found it an extremely difficult track. A couple of people have said they've been struggling here, but the aliens that are the Ryan Ottens and the Daniel Rose and Morgan McCall's, they will be up there and they'll be quick. So let's watch and see how they do it. You're joining me for quali. We are just under 18 minutes down into quali. Let's have a look at the standings and everything before we get going. Currently driver standings after 2 rounds of the 8 rounds in this season. It's Patterson for PWSR Alpha, currently leading with 2 out of 2, with his teammate Cody Sherritt close proximity in second place. Then it's Gideon Renner for Kinetic Simworks Racing Vibe. He's doing extremely well in his M4, and he currently resides third place, with JW Volskenk from Hybrid Academy Adrenaline and Johannes Crailing Hybrid Academy Pepsi Warriors rounding out your top 5. Team standings, well, with the 2 out of 2 wins, PWSR Alpha are currently leading, with Hybrid Academy Adrenaline in second, and then ATK Sim Racing tied with them, both of them on 90 points. Hybrid Academy Pepsi Warriors not too far back, and then Kinetic Simworks Racing Hex rounds out your top 5 there. Right, let's get to it. I'm going to jump because we aren't. We are now watching Johannes Crailing, who is currently up at the sharp end of the stick. A 134.9. However, I don't expect that's quick enough, if memory serves me, as he gets out of the way through the little hairpin there on the back end of the pits. But I have seen people doing very quick 34, mid 34s, 34.5s, possibly even quicker. So let's see how it goes in the next 15 minutes. We do have Johannes Crailing right up there, but Ryan Ottens 100th behind, 150th of a second behind. He's in the other Hybrid Academy team. This is Team Adrenaline. Oh, and we just had a whole shuffle around there. Christian Deploy now pops himself into first place for ATK. So there we go. Christian Deploy showing them what's what. It's a 34.9. Now you'll see those deltas for the top 5 just close in as they already are. That's not even a 10th separating 6 drivers. So guys are quick. Look who we have back after his round in PE in the Nationals. It's the man, Daniel Rowe himself. Back behind the wheel in the Pepsi Warriors car. So he's going to be bringing a whole lot of pressure and speed to the party, with his teammate Johannes Crailing. Right, quickest now. Patterson for PWSR Alpha. And the deltas, as you can see, 200ths, 300ths, 400ths, 700ths, before it even gets to a 10th for Daniel Rowe, currently in 9th. And Morgan McCall joins the party. Hello, Mr. McCall for ATK. So we have Morgan McCall and Christian Deploy now, 2nd and 3rd. They're there. The team is on fire. So all of a sudden, this Season 10, it's turning into a serious team challenge. Hybrid Academy, PWSR, ATK, Kinetic Simworks, and possibly a handful of others. It's a good manufacturer's, at least a team challenge going on. Good evening to everyone on the YouTube channel. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Wesley, as usual, he is the main protagonist for ATK. Anybody want to know about ATK? Contact that man. And I'm sure he's very pleased to see both drivers here tonight, Morgan and Christian Deploy, flying the flags for ATK Arena. Hello to Jody Wales and everybody else that is out there. Please feel free to drop some comments, say good evening, whatever. Let's have a social event watching the round 3 of the GT3 Championship. Remember tonight, it's the 80-minute race with 2 pit stops. Last night was the sprint series for those who did race or watch. But tonight it's the official championship. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see what's going on in the field. Kinetic Simworks Racing Prism. It's Brandon Kruger. So this man has pretty much got very, very quick in a very short space of time. Him together with Gideon Renner, who's currently down in 12th place. They're both they're very quick. A lot of pace going on. And see with the manufacturers challenge, just looking at the badges, Patterson up at the top for Honda, but then look at the Mercedes, there's 4 of them. That's a mix of hybrid and ATK. Then you have the BMWs, that's Sheraton Kruger in the M4s for PWSR and Kinetic Simworks. Then more BMWs, being McGregor and Rowe for Hybrid Academy. And the first in the McLarens, it's Conrad Volschenk. And he rounds out your top 10. Hannes van Beek in his Aston, legendary. And then further down, the first of the Porsches, it's Corné Strauss. Let me show you this. This is Corné Strauss, who's teamed up and is racing with a quite a famous rapper stroke DJ, Prince KB. Let's just get my ducks in a row here. Yeah, so he's racing with Cabello Motsamai, and that's the livery that you're seeing on the car, Cabellion Motorsport. So I think it's his handle or Instagram handle, etc., etc. But car looks awesome, and great to see Corné Strauss back here and showing some good pace, and the quickest of the Porsches at the moment. Then look at that, we've got 5, make that 6 BMWs. All the way down to Mr. Darren Miller. Yep, here he is in the legendary Winfield livery. R4H. Race for something. Race for Hope, possibly. Race for Hope Winfield. And then some more Hondas. Jakob Nordier for Kinetic Simworks Racing Force. He's running another Honda. Extremely good looking livery, that one. And then Francois Erasmus, I don't know who he's racing for, possibly himself. Then another Porsche, being that of Jason Luck for BWR, I think. Then it's Tina Nkobi, Kalen Mawa, Mark Taylor, and Paul Gerber, if he's here. He is for Team Honda Racing. He's got a default livery, another Honda. So we've got 30 people here for the pros tonight. So good mix and match and good field. Right, so we're down to just under 10 minutes. Oh, we got a BM turned round there. Okay, it's out the track and out the way. Patterson for PWSR up at the top of the timing sheets. A 134.6. Morgan McCall not that far back for ATK in the Mercedes. He's only 1.5 tenths off. And then it's Ryan Ottens, the quickest of the hybrid guys. Team Adrenaline. And Johan gave me JW gave me a heads up on how to differentiate because of the different colors. Basically, the orange colors being adrenaline, and then Bego's blue, which is Pepsi Warriors, and then there's the purple one, this one, which is the Jesters, Jason McGregor. So those are the three different teams. Volkskank also for adrenaline with the orange highlights, and then Christopher Radloff, which is the fourth of the hybrid teams. That's Fury with the red highlights. So 4 teams within that Hybrid Academy, under the Hybrid Academy umbrella. That's a total of 8 drivers. So massive team effort from Hybrid Academy for this season. Oh, Wes, thanks, buddy. Yeah, Mr. Van der Merwe. Gee whiz. I was trying to keep up with him yesterday in the sprint race, Mac, and wow, is he going. And Mr. Gideon Renner. Guys have got super quick. Gideon Renner, here he is currently in 16th place for Kinetic Simworks Racing Vibe. That's a good looking BMW. I've got to be partial to that because I fly the lime green colors in our PWSR team, and he just bails out of that one to get out of the guy's way. Nicely done. Now we have Johannes Crailing for Celeritas Racing. Johannes started the season off well and was kind of up there in the top 5 in the opening races, so he's showing some great pace as well. And let's see how he gets along. Peter Mayer, yeah, he is in the Terra BMW official. I think it's a default livery. But I had a really good dice with him last night in the sprint series until I ran out of talent. And he's also, Peter's showing some great form and some great pace. And there behind him, you can see is Mr. Christian Fenter, my other teammate for PWS or Bravo. And Christian also showing some good pace and good speed. And also offering kindly to do the Sprint Series live streams, which happen on Wednesday night, as he bails out of that one. Dean Cabasa sitting in the pits for Tin X2. Eric Kirstein in the nice light blue Team Tryhard Racing BMW. It's just a good looking car, good looking color. Here's Tina and Kobe, Soup Fam, Team Soup Fam, Soup Family, I don't know. And Kaylen Mawa, KLM Pace. Right, 5.5 minutes to go, and then we're ready to get going in this race. Let's, those of you out on the YouTubes, how about writing down who you think's going to win, considering we've got Daniel Rowe back in the fold, so to speak. So, I don't want to make it easy and say pick a team, although that's not actually very easy, but you would have to sub-pick the correct team in the Hybrid Academy. So, Wes, you clearly can't take this car because you kind of work for them. Okay, I'm joking. So, yeah, give me a driver's names. Who do you think might win this one, just for schnizzes and giggles and drizzles? And at least then we'll have some competitive spirit this evening. Ryan Otten still managing to stay up there. Almost 5/10 back though, but he is the quickest in 3rd place. So apparently ATK lying 2nd and 4th. Christian deploys right here. He's not that far back. In fact, that's a matching time with him and Ottens. They have both done a 1 minute 34.930. So identical matching times. Daniel Rowe gets quicker and puts his Mercedes into 5th, bumps Johan Vega Grobler down. Then we've got Cody Sherritt in 7th place, who's Patterson's teammate. He's also not that far off. 5/10 back, and Mr. Kruger. So yeah, the deltas are super close as we come down to the last 2 or 3 minutes of qualifying. We'll see if anybody can improve on their times. Look at the deltas on the timing screen. Mr. Crailing for Celeritas, and he is he's through middle sector. He's in the final sector. He's basically got 2 corners to go, and he is 2/10 up. So he's currently sitting 14th. 2/10 is going to pick him up literally to 10th, no, 11th. Lost a little bit of time there, but let's see where he moves. He goes from 14th to... he goes up to 12th. So there we go. That's helped him. Who else on a quick lap? Brandon Kruger, definitely. Watch this. Oh, he's going quick. He's going from 8th. He's going to go up to about 5th. Oh, my word. He goes to 3rd. That is a great lap from Brandon Kruger, and he knows it. Gets well out of the way, and he'll be happy with that with 2.5 minutes to go. So up into the top 3. He knocks down Ryan Ottens. In fact, Deploy and Daniel Rowe now get bumped down. Ryan Otten's the biggest loser there. Hey Tarek, how's it? Thank you for joining us. And Tarek's here kindly screaming for, shouting for PWSR, Cody Sherritt and Kieran Patterson. Ryan Otten's now on a quick lap himself, so let's see if this helps him. He's 4/10 down. But he's, I beg your pardon, he is 5/10 back on the timing screen, but he's 2/10 up on his lap here. And he is into the 3rd sector, so if he can get this to the line, and he's going quick, with 1 minute 45 seconds. Oh, he lost 2/10 through there. Last 2 corners. He's got to nail this, he's got to be perfect. And it's all gone away right through those last 3 corners. He's going nowhere. Ryan Otten stays 6th, but Christopher Radloff, here he comes, and he's up for Hybrid Academy Fury. Currently a 10.5 up. Oh, he rams it over that curbing. I think that'll put pay to that timing screen. Okay. Keegan Sanderson, good evening, young man. Also out there and shouting for PWSR. Grand to have you here. Thank you. Right, Conrad Volskink, here he is, and he's 2/10 up. Through the final corner he comes. McLaren is super slippery, and they're running very low wing. He's in 14th. Does he improve? He does. He goes to 11th. Conrad Volskink, younger brother of JW Volskink, and he has got very quick as well. Yakonodir in the Honda for Kinetic Simworks Racing Force, and he's in 25th, but he's currently 3/10 up, which will bring him from 25th up to about 22nd. Oh, he's going quicker. Let's see if this is going to help him. Oh, does he hang on? 25th, where does he go? 21st? No, he goes 22nd. So there we go, nice improvement for him. JW himself is on a quick lap. And that's qualifying done. So any of those out on their laps now, anybody who's up or in green deltas, it'll count. And JW Volskin currently at 10th up. Yes. And he's currently in 15th. So again, look at that timing screen. You've got to go 17 positions before you separate by a second. 17 cars within a second of each other. Raceface.Pro. This league is arguably the strongest league in the country. JW, and he's carrying time, so he's in 15th. He is going to improve. He goes up to 12th, just below his younger brother. There's a little bit of peer pressure going on. His little butt's going to be going, yeah, I'm quicker than you. That's it. Everyone's in the pits. I think I can't see anybody else on a quick lap. Last man over the line, it's Dean Kabasa. There we go. That's Collie done and dusted. Okay. Let's have a look at that timetable quickly. There we go. So Patterson, quickest man first sector, Morgan McCall, interestingly enough, with Patterson mid-sector and the final sector the quickest times. A 134.4, so he does go sub 134.5s. Okay, let's get back online, and we're going to wait for that to click over. I'm going to go for a little ad break, and I'll be back shortly. Good. You come back to us as we're about to go to engine start. 30 seconds to pace lap. And we see the whole field out there ready. We're looking through the helmet cam of Kieran Patterson for PWSR at the Honda dash. And the straight, you can see from here, from the line, it's not that far to the first turn. So it's an expected track where there's always dramas at the first turn or the first couple of corners, including the hairpin. So the guys are going to have to get down here, get around here as clean as possible, and then through a tight set of sweeps and a hairpin, and then on their way to the back of the track. Some great footage there. You can see the sea in the background, or you could. This track literally built on the sand dunes in Holland. And recently, in the last couple of years, it's had a major upgrade done to a lot of the corners, including that hairpin you saw them go around behind the pits, which is now a huge banking. And also the final corner coming onto the start-finish line is a massive banking. And we will hopefully be seeing the Formula Ones going around here. That essentially turns the whole back corner and the main straight into one long straight, because they can take that flat out. And hopefully we'll see that track change happen to this to the game version, but we'll see. Hey Rob, thanks for joining us. It's the usual protagonists, Patterson and McCall, with Kruger right there. He put a very big challenge in the dying moments of quali to put himself into third, ahead of the likes of Ottens, Duploy, Daniel Rowe, all of them. So PWSR 80k, excuse me, sorry, Brandon Kruger for Kinetic Simworks, then 80k, and then a whole trio of four hybrid Mercedes you can see right behind it. We have there's Christian Deploy, there's Daniel Rowe, and the rest of them. Right, we're getting ready. We're going to sit on the fourth place Mercedes. That's Christian Deploy, and hopefully we'll get them all going through the first complex and the first turns. Waiting for the lights now. Here we go. It's 80 minutes.
Green light.
Here we go. We're off. Good clean start by everyone. Side by side down into T1, and Morgan gets the jump on Patterson. So McCall gets the first turn done, and Christian Deploy and Kruger side by side as they go through the T1. And they all fall into single file as they now roll through the hairpin. Good clean racing. You can see all the way back there. Look at that, the train of cars. It's all the BMW I spoke to soon. That was the green BMW of Gideon Renner, I think, that got turned around. So we'll just let the timing screen sort themselves out as they go through the first sector. But it's Morgan McCall leading, with Kieran Patterson following him very closely and putting him under pressure straight away. Mercedes from a Honda, from a BMW. This is great to see young Morgan McCall bring in the challenge. Not that there hasn't been a challenge, but he is now leading this for the first time in season 10. That is, he's had some awful luck with drive-throughs and those types of issues. So this track as well, you can get some off-track penalties, and with the pace that these guys run at, it's going to be you're going to have to be super diligent and keep your focus up to keep the car on the track. First lap done and dusted, and Morgan takes it. 80k out in the lead. Kieran Patterson in the quick Honda in second place. Hey Rob, how's it? Thanks for joining us on the YouTube, my man. Brandon Kruger hanging on to third, and holding station with Christian Deploy just behind him. Just looking at the deltas now just to see where the dices are. Hannes van Wyk in 13th. Let's pop down here. He's right behind JW Volskink, or JW's just made a pass, one or the other. But the deltas here are super close. JW still behind Conrad now. So it's oh, and he's looking. JW's up the inside of his brother. Gee, they almost have a collision. Going to go to the helicam here. So Hannes van Wyk very close with the Aston. Oh, and he runs wide. That's going to hurt him. Here comes Crailing in the BMW. And there comes Strauss in the Porsche with the recovering Gideon Rennie in the green BMW just behind him. Going back up to the leaders, and look at this, Morgan McCall, very comfortable in the big thundering Merc, and he is dropping Patterson. That's 1 second already, the gap. So Morgan has put his foot down and he is checking out. Daniel Rowe, the ATK cars, nose to tail here, just behind Christian Deploy. Daniel Rowe now leading the fight from Hybrid Academy, and he's going to be the first to try and make a challenge on Christian Deploy. New teammate for McCall at ATK, just up ahead, you can see there. He in turn is following Brandon Kruger.
Pit window is opening.
Right, pit windows open. So from now until 4 minutes in the end of at the end of the race, pit windows open. Drivers have to accomplish 2 complete pit stops. One of them must have at least 1 liter of fuel put in the car. One of those 2. Doesn't matter if it's the first or second, and it doesn't matter which one you're going to change tires or whether you are or not. But two pit stops required in this 80-minute championship. Okay, let's go a little bit further back. Going down to Hannes van Dijk again in 14th. Corne Strauss closing in, but Hannes trying to recover, running a little wide in the Aston, and he is under the wing of Crailing's BMW as they come down the main straight. And there we go, JW Volskenk deciding he's in traffic, so he's coming in. That's a strategic pit stop. He pits now to get the first of the 2 pit stops, one of them out the way. So we'll monitor that closely and see how he fares. He's trying to find some close deltas. 19th, Dean Cabasa. He's right here. He's in a train. This is Christian Venter with Mac van der Merwe and Dean Cabasa. 3 BMWs in a row here. They come through this tricky long right-hander, then this little kink, and here if you run wide it just collects the car up into that sand trap. It's a super tricky corner, that. And then this no braking zone right-hander, but you have to carry a lot of momentum through there. Then another semi-hairpin here to the left, and then you're heading down to the last complex in the 3rd stage or 3rd sector of the track. You got this very tight right-hander coming up, and watch Cabasa. Oh, he was thinking, got to hit that curb gently, then hug this curb, come around that hairpin, and then you head for the final 2 corners, a double right-hander, back onto the start-finish line. Going to drop back a little bit further. Eric Kirstein, here he is. Team Tryhard Racing, the blue BMW, and he is chasing Kalen Mawa. Kalen Mawa just up ahead, and he gets a good drive out of the corner. He's behind Mr. Miller in the Winfield BMW, and he's looking. He's going up the inside. Miller doesn't defend, and Kalen sails through. Oh, the blue BMW was coming from far back, and Kirstein does go through. I think Miller just stayed out because, oh, little gentle touch there. But he loses 2 positions right there. Pits, look at that. Gideon Renner in, Mac van der Merwe in, Peter Meyer in. So people are, oh, it's a whole bunch. And you can see them at the bottom of the timing screens where the ones are, JW Volskenk and everybody else that has taken early pit stops to get them out the way. It's all going on. Okay, let's get back up here. Christian Deploy. Mr. Kruger, I have to say, looking at this train of cars, is holding this whole bunch up. Brandon Kruger, he qualified well, but they're right here. 3, 4, 5 Mercedes-Benzes. And I think it's Christian Deploy that's going to come under a bit of pressure if he doesn't try and make a move soon. Or these other guys might need to consider also taking an early pit stop to take them out of the traffic. So, strategic moves there in the background. I can see that's a McLaren. I think it's LaRue. It's not, it's Conrad Volskink. I was close. It is a McLaren, and he comes into the pits. Right, on board with Christian Deploy, that is, looking ahead at Mr. Brandon Kruger. And in the mirrors, you can see just on the right-hand side at the top, Daniel Rowe following for Hybrid Academy. Try and see if we can see anywhere where the Mercedes is quicker than the BMW. I'll tell you, the Christian's hand movements look super smooth. He doesn't look like he's fighting the car much. So, oh, is that a look? With the temperatures, as you can see, track temp 33, the driver's tires, their front tires, or the left, but specifically the front, if the vents aren't open, tires are cooking. They are red already. This track just, it hammers the left-hand side of the car. Hey, Chris. Yeah, buddy. I hear you. Thanks for coming on board and catching a watch on your cell phone or wherever. But it is what it is. So, as you can see, Brandon Kruger holding up 4 Mercedes and Christian Deploy wanting this. He needs to try and make this happen quickly. He realizes that they're getting held up slightly. I'll give you some laps as a matter of. Morgan McCall's quickest, a 1:35.1. Christian Deploy, a 1:35.5. So 4/10 of the leader pace is what's currently happening. Brandon Kruger, 1:35.6. So he's essentially at least half a second slower than the leaders. Kieran Patterson's last lap, a 1:35.0 dead. So Christian Deploy, Rowe, Ottens, Baker, they're all wanting desperately to try and get through here. And as you can see, okay, a little bit of a netcode glitch there. It wasn't what I thought I was looking at, but Christian did have a little moment in the Mercedes, and Daniel's right here. Daniel Rowe's going to he's going to be making a move shortly. Just watching all my other numbers here. I did have a couple of frame drops, so there could be some internet issues out in the World Wide Webs tonight. The stream looks good and stable, so hopefully everything's good and you're seeing everything there. Christian Deploy super close now. Thought he was in the stream, but he's not, and he had to brake hard, and Daniel Rowe had to brake hard not to go into the back of him. I'm staying with these 4 for now because this is definitely where the action's going to happen, and we don't want to miss the action this time. Kruger putting up a huge amount of brick walls, sustaining the pressure here. Up ahead, however, Morgan McCall, and he's only 4/10 ahead of Patterson. So Kieran Patterson has turned up the wick in the Honda, and he's closed that gap down. He is right behind Morgan McCall. Just going to have a look where he is quickly. There we go. So that's first and second. We'll have to keep our eyes out on that delta as well. Coming back here to Daniel Rowe, Ryan Ottens, the 2 hybrid teammates. Well, not teammates, but competitors. Christian Deploy right there. I think Kruger had a big problem through that corner, and Christian is so close and underneath the back wing of the BMW. He needs to get a good drive through here now so he can take the draft. And if anybody's got a good drive, it looks like it's Daniel Rowe just behind Christian. We're going to go to the helicam. And Kruger up against the pit wall to try and break the stream. Christian's following him. Now Christian looking. Daniel Rowe backs out of it. Oh, so close. This is good, clean driving by everybody. But I sense that Christian.Deploy knows he's got to get it. He's got to make a move and he's got to do it quickly. The white cars are here. Both of them are looking. Not too far back there you see Johan Krobler, the third of the white cars. And then behind him we've got Cody Sherritt, Patterson's teammate, and he is in 8th. He's also going to want to get a move on, but he's also admitted in team chats he does hate this track. It's an extremely tricky track to be quick on. Okay, this looks like it's all pretty static, dropping down to 19th. Francois Erasmus. Oh, we got a penalty here for Mr. Mayo, 5-second penalty. Let me go and see if that's being updated on the channels. And if it is, I will know why. Okay, nothing as yet, but I'm going to assume there was a little tap or a turnaround somewhere. Just behind Erasmus, you can see is Jason Luck in the blue and yellow Porsche. There he is. Okay, back up to Patterson. Morgan McCall, last lap, a 136.2. Kieran, a 136.6. Brandon Kruger into T1, a 136.1. So he's now making pace with the leaders. Yo, and the three of them are close. Christian is right here. Cheers, by the way. It's Thursday evening. Tomorrow's Friday. It's the last day of the week. And we have a good weekend coming up. th place. Let's go and look. Oh, I just missed it. I'm going backwards. Radloff, he's right under the tail wing of the Porsche. Oh, he gets a huge tank slapper. It came over the brow and just got all crossed up, and that's hurt him very badly. He hit the nose of the car quite heavy. So I think Christopher Radloff will be in the pits for all repairs shortly. What else is going on here? Ryan Otten, 6. I'll keep on jumping back to these guys, sorry, but they're the closest at the moment on track. Oh, there it is. He's through. I'm going back 30 seconds. Let's go and watch this replay happen. Here we go onto the start-finish line. Gee, Brandon Kruger was so far up ahead, you can see from Christian.Deploy. They're coming to T1, and Brandon, I think, outbrakes himself. He runs super deep into turn 1. Look. Oh, the BM sliding, and Christian.Deploy goes up the inside. He knows the inside into the next complex, so he's made it stick, and he has. So Deploy moves into 3rd place. Brandon Kruger's kicking himself, and he's right there, and he's looking to try and attack, but behind him he has Rowe and Otten, so he's got to look both forward and backward. Deploy now needs to make hay and get going and try and drive away from this. Going up ahead, Patterson. Oh, final 2 turns. Kieran Patterson right under the wing of the Mercedes. So he's trying to make a plan here, and he's trying to seriously harass Morgan McCall for 80k as they head down to T1. Kieran looking. Goes back behind the Mercedes. The Mercedes has good speed, good pace here. Morgan nails his braking point, nails T1, and he's round and on they go for another lap. Patterson's going to have to bide his time a little bit here. He's going to have to think this out carefully. Or it's going to be a strategy change. The undercut, possibly. Quickest man on the track, I can tell you, is Patterson with a 135.005. So he is all over the back of Morgan McCall in this the Honda versus Mercedes battle, and trying to find and pressure Morgan to making a mistake. Good clean racing by these two. And they've also had a long history for the past year and a half, going back quite a ways back to 2020 and early 2021. And there was multiple incidents, lots of contact happening. So they both matured and they both come out the other end stronger as sim racing drivers. No one in the pits yet, so the strategy will stick. We've been going for 20 minutes now. We're down to an hour and counting. Into T1. Oh, and here we have some slow markers. This now could put the cat amongst the pigeons. This is, I think, Mark Taylor that they are closing in on. And now he kindly moves over, so he's made it really good and easy for the two leaders. And they carry on. Looking further back, deltas are all pretty static and positions haven't changed. But people are pitting. Sure. I mean, you can see the first pit stop, guys. There he is. It's JW Volskink. He's in 21st. Right, Kieran trying to find another line through this back end of the track. And he's trying to really get inside Morgan's head. Trying to take different lines, different apexes. Morgan driving textbook lines in the Mercedes. Kieran right in the draft of this big Mercedes, but it doesn't help. On this track, the Honda doesn't show the advantage like it did on the other tracks. Oh, he's close now. Is he going to go up against the pit wall? He does come out the slipstream, and he doesn't. He stays back there. So they very evenly match, both of these cars. I think it's going to be a mistake, or it's going to be a pit stop that's going to see a change. Go down to 17th. Jason Luck looking at the back of Francois Erasmus. See cars in the pits there. I think there is somebody in the pits. BMW, that's Paul Gerber, I think, or Mark. It's Mark Taylor, sorry. Oh, there's drive-throughs. Jay LaRue, he's got a drive-through. So 23rd place, Jean LaRue is now in the pits, and he has to complete a drive-through. So he's had one too many off tracks, and he needs to clear that penalty to continue. 14th place, Mr. Kirstein in the blue BMW, looking up ahead at Tina and Corby's BMW. And these guys are super close on track. The Animal. Kieran is a damn beast. And yeah, boy, Trilogy ZA. How's it? Welcome. Right, Christian deploy. He is not getting away from Brandon Kruger, so I thought once he'd get past the BMW, he'd manage to pull away. Brandon Kruger is hanging on to his coattails, as is Daniel Rowe, who's still right there. There he is. And the three of them carry on. Patterson, however, hanging on to the back of this Mercedes, and Morgan McCall putting up a whole bunch of defensive moves. Driving a perfect race at the moment, perfect lines, and both of these drivers just doing it how it should be done. Montenay Saliers, good evening, shouting for Fenta. Montenay, could that be my Christian Fenta? Possibly. I think it's the only Fenta here, isn't it? I think so. Christian having a bit of a lonely race here in 12th place for PWSR, but he's at least, he's quicker than me and he's doing it, so all good. Okay, Ryan Ottens. A little bit of a ways off the back of Daniel Rowe, so they carry on as they are. And Kieran Patterson, again, right behind Morgan McCall. He's literally just pacing him and waiting for Morgan to possibly have a drama and make a little mistake. Otherwise, I think he's driving within his limitations. And we're at 55 minutes, so 80 minutes. We're 15 minutes away from middle of the race pit stop strats for those that are doing normal strats. And remember, it's the 2 pit stops they've got to take. One small little quick splash and dash worth of a litre, and then a normal pit stop, I guess, for probably another half a tank's worth of fuel and a new set of boots. Oh, nice, Montenay, thank you. Yep, Christian doing good. Right, Daniel Rowe. Daniel Rowe. Oh, Daniel Rowe, look at this. Christian Fenta's in big trouble here. Having to run defensive. Christian Rowe on his outside as they come into the hairpin. Yeah, the animal, you're right. Well, you know, you say the BMW is terrible at Zandvoort. I've got to agree, I was like atrocious, but I'm very slow anyway. But yo, I mean, he's doing good. He's in 3rd place here, and he's not that far off the leaders. There they are at the end of the main straight. And Brandon Kruger did very well to hold these Mercs back until he made a little mistake into this T1 braking, and Christian managed to get him. But you know, in general, this track just sucks, seriously. I dislike it. I cannot get around here quickly. I don't know what it is. And it looks like I'm doing in all the right shifts and everything in the right places. It's so difficult to find pace, in my opinion. Right, Dean Kabasa, he comes in for his pit stop. Trying to see if there's any... there is. Let's go to 18th place. Johannes Crailing. Okay, that's why he was close, because somebody's in the pits, and it's Jason Luck. So Jason's hit the pits for his first stop. Mr. Bernhard Barkhuizen thundering around here just behind Mac van der Merwe in the Kinetic Simworks BMW. They close. Right at the back you can see LaRue and Taylor finished with pit stops with still 53 minutes to go. They've already done 2 pit stops done. So they'll drive from there to the end and just leapfrog a whole bunch of cars ahead of them. Just a reminder, you are watching the GT3 Pro Championship. It's season 10. This is round 3 from Raceface.Pro. Kindly sponsored by PWSR, Resource Complete, 95 Liveries, Speed Labs, DS Films, and of course Bertus and the admin guys running the back behind the scenes at Raceface.Pro. So if you're interested, if you're new, if you've just tuned in on YouTube and you want to get involved, go get online and go to Raceface.Pro and you'll find all the details there, and eventually work your way down to our Discord channel. Daniel Rose in the pits. So Patterson still right under the wing and in the footsteps of Morgan McCall as they are passing back markers. There's the Honda back there. Third place, Brandon Kruger. Brandon Kruger back into third. We missed it. Oh, told you we'd miss stuff. I'm not going to go back, but there we go. Brandon Kruger has gone back past Christian Deploy. So something possibly might have happened. That might have also involved Daniel Rowe, who was very, very close to Christian. So no, Brandon Kruger is ahead of Christian. Sorry, it was Daniel Rowe behind Christian. Okay. "51 minutes and counting." Waiting for the first of, let's say, any in the top 10 to come in and start doing their pit stops. Jan Bago Krobler. He's putting some heat on Ryan Ottens just up ahead of him. Yeah, boy, let's go and have a look at Mr. Maher, Peter Maher. Here he is in the Terra BMW official livery, having a bit of a lonely drive. He's got a 5-second penalty. I think he had some contact with somebody and caused a little bit of a drama, but he's doing good. I had a really good race with him last night in the sprint series. Gee, we chopped and changed positions all day long. Just behind him, however, I can see Hannes van Wyk with Dean Kabasa side by side. These guys are just going hammer and tongs. Hannes van Wyk decides to pull out of that, and Dean Kabasa goes through. Conrad Forsken comes into the pits in the McLaren. And there we go. Onwards to another lap. 12th place, going to jump up to Eric Kirstein. Here he is, and he's still having this epic dice with Tina and Kobe, and they've been together for at least the last 20 minutes. Oh, Eric running a little deep through that final hairpin complex. Now they come down to the last two corners and head onto the start finish line. Jumping back up ahead to our leaders. Ooh, super close. Super close. Gee whiz. I tell you, Morgan McCall's Mercedes is showing a little bit of battle scars on the front of it, if I'm not mistaken. Did he maybe have a little impact with one of the back markers, possibly? Right, final turn. This is now one huge bank corner, like a NASCAR corner. This one looks epic on the real track. Right, there they go, 48 minutes. So we're 8 minutes away from halfway through, and there's a bunch of traffic up ahead. So these guys will have to start considering possibly their pit stop strats, maybe implementing an early strat so they don't get caught up. That is Hannes van Wyk just up ahead of them, so they are catching 25th place. They're coming up to lap. Cody Sherritt in from 8th place, as is Corne Strauss and Eric Kirstein. So a lot of drivers now getting their first stops out the way. It's always intriguing to watch the leaders and see what they get up to, because they're playing these various strategies out in their head. Do they go long? Do they not? Do they go short? Do they try the undercut? And I think if they're coming up to quite a mix of traffic up ahead and they're almost halfway in, it could be a consideration to pit. Thanks to everybody on the YouTubes for joining us this evening. Grand to have you here. And oh, Kieran gets a huge slide, does a big Wind Diesel around that second last corner, so his tires might be on their way. He stays out. It was a big slide, but he hangs on to it. Oh, here's a whole lot of traffic. Corne Strauss at the end of the pits, and he waits rather to let the leaders come through. That's some good driving. Thank you, Mr. Strauss, sir. Christian Deploy goes into the pits from 6th, so he's the first of the top 10s, as is Jason McGregor. So both him and McGregor in. Johan Vega Krobler, let's just catch up. So Johan still circling behind Ryan Ottens, who is looking at the back of Brandon Kruger still. They're carrying on. Then we have Christian Venter, who has moved himself now up into 7th place. But he, that is the McLaren, that's not for position. I think that's no, might be mistaken. Okay, looking at deltas. 21st, Gideon Renner, looking at the back of Mr. Jason Luck. Oh, Jason bogs down in the sand a bit through the second last turn. That's going to let Gideon get a huge run on him. And he does. He pulls out and they're side by side as they go down the straight. This is for 21st and 20th place, but dicing all the way up and down the field. It's a little bit dangerous to move across in the braking zone. I've seen a couple of people do that and make mistakes. And Patterson's in the pits. Just gonna, let's see, Brandon Kruger. No, he's gone through, right. So Patterson in with at 44 minutes. We now, that BM's looking a little bit squirrely there. So let's see Morgan McCall trying to come through the traffic as cleanly as he can. He goes past that BMW, Mr. Maher. And the Mercedes is looking a little bit scruffy on the front, so possibly he has had some contact, and that could have been slowing the Mercedes down a little bit. Rob is here. I'm not sure if he's still with us or not. But let's see, is Morgan going to react to Kieran going in, and is he going to go in himself now, or is he going to carry on? He is running in free air and he's not being pressurized, so he can carry on until his usual strategy time, pit stop time. Christian Venter comes in from 7th place, as does Francois Erasmus in the Honda. No, Morgan's running through. So he's going to run a different strategy completely. Patterson out and in 8th place. So 11th place, Daniel Rowe, who's also done his pit stop and is completed. And he is just behind Christian Deploy, so they pick up on their dust that they were busy with. JW Volskink, mind you, is ahead of both of these guys. So he did that very, very early pit stop. And you can see he's just leaped and bounded through the field. And is now into 9th place. So that early pit stop for JW definitely helping. Christian's actually looking. There's the Aston Martin of Hannes. And in front of the Aston Martin is JW Volskink. in 9th place. Dean Cabasa and Jason Luck. Look at these two. This is for position. Jason Luck up into 18th place and having an awesome race here. But he now needs to move across. He's kind of moving somewhere, and Dean Cabasa moves out into the braking zone and sends the BM up the inside. Does he hold A? He does hold the apex, and that pass happens. Dean Cabasa goes through into 17th. Just behind Jason McGregor in the pits, and that's his second pit stop, I believe. Yes, so Jason McGregor and Mac van der Merwe, I think, are going to be the first or the quickest drivers to be in and out with both. It is. So McGregor is our current leader as far as both pit stops completed goes. Mac has just completed his first one now. So it's McGregor from Christian Venter and then a bunch of other cars. So let's keep our eyes on that now. Pretty much everyone except the top 3 have yet to do their first pit stops. So as you can see, complete different strategies going on. Gonna go up to Christian deploy. Oh, there's one of the hybrid cars. I've got to go back here. It's a blue one. It's Daniel Rowe. I think Daniel Rowe's had a problem in the final turn. We're going to just follow him back. This is 30-second highlights reel. He comes through the second last corner. And now what happens here? Oh, he hits the curb. Daniel Rowe hits the inside curb, and Hannes van Wyk takes avoiding action and misses him. Daniel Rowe now doing a quick 2-point turn. And oh, that's going to have hurt those tires. So Daniel Rowe hammering the curb on the final corner. Bad luck for him. So Johan Krobler up into 3rd place now. So McCall, Kruger, Krobler, and Kalen Mawa and Johannes Crailing. Top 5 that still need to do their first pit stops. And Krobler is flashing. It's Tina and Kubi just ahead of him, I think. And yeah, Tina and Kubi getting out the way nicely, or trying to. Jan Krobler going through and trying to get this done as quickly as he can, because he knows he's now in a race. Back to Dean Cabasa. Look at them. Him and Gideon Renner side by side here. Crailing and Mawa into the pits from 4th and 6th. So they come in to get their first stops done. Peter Mayer back into the pits down in 24th, so he's probably carrying a little damage or something. JW Forskank into the pits for his second stop, so he's getting his stops done quickly now. And yeah, that's about time. 38 minutes, so he's just gone under halfway through the race, which is on schedule. And there we go. We see Gideon Renner moves into the pit lane, and Dean Cabasa comes through and carries on. Okay, let's go and see what our leader's doing. Morgan McCall. He's gone through for yet another lap. So Morgan now having run 45 minutes with the big Mercedes. 47, 48, yeah, 48. 42 minutes, whatever. He does manage to keep the tires good, and last lap a 136.3, his best lap a 135.1. So still lapping at good lap times, that's for sure. Jan Krobler's in, so he comes in from 3rd place. Brandon Kruger in 2nd, Morgan McCall leading, and both still with 2 pit stops to be done. So your current track leader is Patterson, who, as you can see, is the first of the guys on track that has completed their first pit stop. Christian Deploy 5 seconds further back in second, and Ryan Ottens 11 seconds back in third place after Daniel Rose hitting the curb and semi-spinning the Mercedes. That's terrible luck for that young man, but he'll still recover. Morgan McCall now arriving on the back. Oh, Jason Lux Porsche all over the track, and Morgan into the pits. I think Morgan moved over, and he was coming to the pits, and Jason moved over and then moved the other way to get out his way. That's actually what went down there. So here we go. Mr. Kruger inherits the lead. Let's see where Kieran Patterson is. It's quite a ways back here, so if he's that far back, that tells me he has done, yeah, he's done a tire change and fuel stop, what Morgs is currently doing. So he's doing tire change and refueling. Last two turns, corners. Final corner is Morgan off the jacks. He is now, he's rolling. This is going to be close, but I think Morgan will maintain the lead. Expect to see the Honda in the bottom of the screen. Oh, there it is. So Kieran does go by. So that's the power of the undercut. Kieran's pit stopped earlier, 2-3 laps earlier, and he's managed to jump past Morgan McCall. Wow, I didn't think that would work, but clearly it has. Morgan possibly getting caught up in some traffic. But yeah, we've got a dice on our hands here. We'll have to keep a close eye on this. Brandon Kruger still to come in from first place. He has yet to do his first pit stop. So Rob, yeah, definitely racing all the way up and down the field. I am trying to keep, oh, Cody Sherritt, let's go to 15th. We just missed that. Cody Sherritt gone past Miller. We'll go back 10 seconds. Oh, it's happened already. So Cody Sherritt, he goes past Mr. Darren Miller in the Winfield tribute livery. Ooh, runs a little wide through T1, but holds on to that place. So that place position change done. Came back to Conrad Fulskank down 19th place. And he is right behind Christian Fenter, other PWSR driver. And Conrad doing super good with the McLarens these days and showing some very quick lap times. His last lap, actually, a 137.1, Christian Fenter 136.8. It doesn't kind of make sense, but he's close and right underneath the wing of Christian, so possibly a move coming here. The BMW looks like the Bentley. It's such a big car in comparison to these other performance type like the Ferrari and the McLarens. They're so much flatter. Oh, they get close. Christian Fenter, his mirrors are just full of McLaren. And he's not defending as they come into this hairpin, although he does seem to have enough pace. And they run through their single file and head on towards the final two corners. Right, coming down to the last half an hour of this race at Zandvoort, if you didn't already know, in Holland. Ben Barkhuizen coming into the pits just up ahead in 10th place. Super close here. Jason McGregor with Tinian Kubi just ahead of him and Mac van der Merwe just behind him. So Jason McGregor in the thick of things. Mac van der Merwe for Kinetic Simworks trying to make up some positions. Just Very close under the wing of the Mercedes. Radloff down in 26. Radloff and Jason Luck, and that pass has happened. Mac van der Merwe 22nd again. Let's see. Still hanging on to the tail of Jason McGregor for Hybrid Academy. This is a tricky corner, this. Really a struggle around here. You've got to carry so much pace through there. Bernard King, my other on-track racing buddy for Kinetic Simworks. What are you doing on YouTube? Why are you not driving? I know that sounds like a daft question, but load shedding, did it get you, or are you just not in it, or what's happening? Martin has a stake in that dare. What are you talking about? Elaborate, please, Mr. King. Okay, let's go and see what's going on up ahead. Kieran Patterson, there he is. Morgan McCall is 1.5 seconds back now. Ish, and there's a bunch of traffic up ahead of these guys. Cody Sherritt in 11th place, essentially with all the pit stops out the way. Pretty widespread deltas all the way here, except down 15th place again. Conrad Volskank right behind Christian Venter. So these two, Christian also having to absorb the pressure. Come on, Bernsey, explain, buddy. Or are you talking about Martin Rautenbach? Oh, God, let me open my eyes. There it is, Martin there. We dared Brandon not to change tires. Oh, my word. Okay, thanks. Sorry, guys. Let me just slap myself awake here. I've got 4 screens to monitor, and I've totally missed Martin's comments there. Okay, so Brandon Kruger, here he is. He is trying to do 80. Yeah, buddy. I mean, I know the BM starts running out of tires after 45 minutes. So, Zandvoort in this heat, yo. So, he's only doing fuel stops, short pit stops. Can't see that's going to work, man. Yeah, sorry, I checked it, my mistake. So, Patterson, McCall, Kruger, Deploy. And Deploy is going up the inside. You can see he's already losing traction. Oh, you can't go through here side by side, boys. Jeez, it looks like you can. Christian Deploy now going around the outside. Brandon's going, no ways, I'm here. It's my line. He holds on to that, but that's slaying them up a little bit. And there's a McLaren a little bit further back there. But good Dyson going on with these two. I get it. Thanks, Benzie. Cool, man. Load shedding. Aish. I posted a link in one of the threads. I think it was the Pro-Am with the inverter and the batteries for anybody interested. Right, let's just keep our eye on this because this is really intriguing. Corne Strauss in from 9th place, and Christian Deploy is looking. Brandon Kruger is definitely struggling. His last lap, a 137.7. The leaders are doing 135.3s. So I think the tires on that BMW are finished, and he's still got 27 minutes to go. But let's see. Deploy getting a big drive, and now up against the pit wall as they come down to T1. He's going to get this pass done. Not too far back, you can see Bago Grobler as well. And Christian goes through and into 3rd place for ATK. Now currently running 2nd and 3rd is the ATK boys. So old Wesley is going to be super happy. Yeah. The McLaren, I'll tell you, that McLaren is... It's Jean Leroux down in 22nd place, and even he is catching the BMW. So I don't think Martin and company, this strategy is going to work. And round about soon, we're going to see... here comes Bagger Krobler in 5th place. Soon we're going to see some positions change there. Just going to go back to 13th here. Conrad Volskenk. Oh my word, that BMW behind him, it's Crailing for Celeritas Racing. And wow, he's all over the place. He wants this position so badly. Runs deep through final turn. And they nose to tail down the main straight. Watch this T1. The McLaren hangs on. Conrad strong in braking. And the McLaren, Dean Cabasa goes into the pits, as we can see. And oh, this is really going on here. And Barkhuizen, Volskenk, Crailing, Barkhuizen. This is all for position. And Fentis. So this is all for 12th place. Gee. Let's watch this for a bit. It is great to see the quality of driving. I mean, think about it from a good, a couple of months back. Last year, we were seeing a lot more contact and a lot more spins, and we've hardly seen any major accidents in this race. The pro division, the guys are super in control and a lot more professional about the sport and about driving the cars and avoiding unnecessary contact, because that just induces penalties. These guys are racing. I mean, this looks great to watch, got to admit. I know it kind of sounds like a cliche. This is going to be a commentator's curse. We're about to see one of the biggest accidents ever, probably. Barkhuizen coming from 14th. Is he near enough? He's not. The bat. He is. Crailing runs deep. Barkhuizen goes around the apex. Crailing keeps the car away from the BM and he takes that position. Barkhuizen now looking at the back of Volskenk. Conrad Volskenk. Isn't it a great game? I mean, how good is this footage? Guys, I've got to be enjoying this. I'm pushing data here, by the way, so if those of you out there, you can bump your streams up to 1440p 60. It's a super crystal clear streams, and it looks like everything has settled down data wise. I don't see any jumping or anything on the YouTube, so hope you guys are enjoying it. 23 minutes to go. Patterson leading. Christian Deploy in 2nd place. Oh, Morgan McCall's had a problem somewhere. We missed this, but there's been a whole shift change up at front. Christian Deploy goes into 2nd place. Morgan's dropped from 2nd down to 5th. So Kruger still there in the BMW with Johan Krobler in 4th. That's bad luck. Morgan's had some drama somewhere. I don't know how many laps ago, but we missed it. Oh, it's what car's McCall? Number 19. Oh, it was quite a while back already, unfortunately. So anyway, let's, I'm trying to show dicing all the way up and down the field, and we missed this incident, but never mind. There's still 2nd pit stops coming here, so this race is by no means done, and we're going to still see a lot of chopping and changing happen. Yeah, Rob, I don't know, man, I missed it. Oh, look at Jan Krobler under the wing of Mr. Kruger. And Conrad in his McLaren hanging on with these boys, and oh, Banger Krobler so close right there, almost goes into the back of the BMW. Oh, the McLaren and Jason Lux back there having a whale of a time. Banger Krobler's view at the BMW of Kruger. Got to hang on to the back of this BM through these two turns, and he'll get the draft down the straight. Gets on the gas early, or gets a little bit squirrely, but he's right here with the BMW, and he's in the draft. He's going to go up against the pit wall, and this pass is happening now, guys. I don't think so. I really think Brandon Kruger should, on the fly, adjust his pit stop strat, and he should come in for tackies. Yeah, Bernard, you're right, man. We watched in the first half an hour. You weren't here. I don't know where you were, or if you were, but Morgan McCall held Kieran back for 30-something minutes, and it was just every corner, perfect braking point, perfect apex. He positioned the Mercedes, the 80k Mercedes, exactly where it needed to go. So, oh, it's a shame I missed what happened, unfortunately for the young man as well. He was running in second, but he still there. He's in fifth, and he's not that far back, mind you, behind Brandon Kruger now. Jason Lux Porsche kind of in the way, but he gets out of it now, and there's Ottens just behind McCall as well, which is positioned. So here we go. All of a sudden, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars in dicing for fourth place here. Conrad, the odd one out in the McLaren. And there we go. That position changes. Oh, I think they... Yeah, here comes Morgan. So Morgan are going to try and do the undercut. Oh, hard on the brakes. I hope he slowed down in time. But look at the front of the Mercedes. That tells me he probably had a little bit of contact with somebody. Or there was a back marker or somebody. And he has driven into the back of them and caused a bit of damage. So Morgan McCall, the first in, trying to do an undercut on those ahead of him because he is in the traffic. And he doesn't do a repair. That was too quick, no. So that was the 1 liter stop and go, the last pit stop to get done. And he didn't slow down in time. So that's the drive through. No, it's not. If he didn't slow down, it would have been a stop go. So he crossed the line, the pit exit. I don't know. Let's just go back and look at that. What did he do wrong? Let's go to the helicam. Why did he get a drive through? If you speed into the pit lane at stop go 30, does he cross the solid line? He doesn't. I don't know what happened. Oh well, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Jumping ahead. Your phone also ran out of power. Bad luck there, Bernard. Right, Baker Krobler. He is now clean in third place. Ottens and Kruger having a huge dice. Ottens has gone past, so Kruger's just hemorrhaging positions now. The BMW's traction is done. And he has done 62, 63 minutes. I must give him credit for that. You seen Jason Luck down here in the Porsche, and he is starting to attack and get on the back of Brandon Kruger. So, yeah, that's not going to work out. Let's go to 15th quickly. Conrad Volskenk still behind the back of Christian Venter. And behind him, it's Tine Kubi with Jason McGregor and Gideon Renner and Kalen Mawa. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars, nose to tail pretty much. Oh, Christian Venter's got a lot of people all over the back of him. Six cars, there they go. Right, pretty much the field has done 2 pit stops with just on 15 minutes left. You've got Franz Erasmus in 10th, and then Rowe up to Patterson that still need to do their last pit stop. Oh, Christian running deep, runs wide through the hairpin, but manages to maintain some momentum and holds on to that position. Let's go and just check up on what's going on up ahead. Patterson in the Honda, 11 seconds up the road from Christian Deploy for ATK Arena. Patterson's last lap, a 1:35.9. His best, a 1:35.0. Everybody else 1:36.5 and slower at the moment. So Kieran Patterson running very, very quick lap times here and extending his lead. Morgan completes his drive-through pit stop. It was very weird. I really would like to know what he got that for. I don't know if anything will tell us, to be honest, but such a strange drive-through. He got it as he left the pits. And you don't get DTs for speeding into the pits. It just looked to me he didn't slow down in time. So tough one again for the young man, but he's out. He's in 8th place, and a couple of people up ahead still got a pit. And there we go, Christian Deploy does pit, in fact. So Christian comes in, Beggar Krobler runs through, and he goes up into 2nd. What about the other guys? Ryan Ottens, he goes through. Brandon Kruger goes through. And Daniel Rowe, there he is in the background as well. So everybody still running 14 minutes and some change until the end of this race, and everybody here still needs to complete their 2nd compulsory pit stop. Right, where is Christian Deploy now? He's finished everything. He is out. Let's timing screen settle down. Where's Cody Sherritt? Oh, there's Cody. And Cody then goes over the line. So, yep, Christian Deploy in 6th place for ATK. Morgan McCall in 8th place for ATK. Now we're waiting for the leaders and 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th to come in for their final pit stops. 13 minutes and counting. Let's go back down to 15th place. Tine Kobe, Christian Venter. Finished my drink half an hour ago. I'm getting a little bit hoarse now. Oh, it's getting a little bit busy. I'll tell you what, Gideon Renner, who's back here in the green and black BM, and he was right under the wing of Jason McGregor, but he's got Kalen Mawa right behind him. And Kalen Mawa looking, he's just, I want to come through here. Gideon Renner having to run defensives. They all go through that tricky section. Oh, look ahead. And Corby and McGregor side by side. Oh, there's a bit of contact right there. McGregor and Renner come together. We'll go back 10 seconds. McGregor turns in and Gideon Renner's on the inside, so that's going to be a, I don't know if he was far enough up the inside, but a little bit of drama there. Tino and Kobe in 15th, there he is, with Christian Venter just ahead of him, Kayla Mawa just behind him. So these three BMWs, there's in fact 7 here in a row, from 12th down to 18th. Popular car, easy to drive. Christian Venter coming under pressure here for sure now. These three right there. Oh, wee. Kaylan Mawa almost in. He does tap the back of Tina and Kobe. He's just like, let's go, pal. I need to get through here. Tina and Kobe up the inside. Holds on to that position. Kaylan now swings out to the outside. Into the hard braking for the hairpin, and Kaylan has to swing out to avoid running into the back, possibly of Tina and Kobe. And there, Gideon Renner arrives behind them, as does Dean Kabasa. Gee, it's all happening. It's all going on. Let's keep our eyes peeled for the leaders coming into the pits, as I'll be jumping to go and see what happens there. 10 laps and counting. This reminds me of good old DTM type races. A whole bunch of BMWs nose to tail here. Right, Otten's in. Here we go. Baker Krobler's in. So the hybrid guys stop go. There comes Mr. Brandon Kruger in the back as well. Let's just go back and see with him. This is not a quick stop. I guarantee he's putting tires. Ah, that could be a quick stop. Maybe it's just a... Yeah, I think he's only put in petrol. Jeez, Martin, you guys, you put this man under a pile of pressure. He's not doing badly. Where's Cody Sherritt? Here he comes. So Cody Sherritt in 7th. Brandon Kruger's out in 6th. With just Patterson and Rose still to pit in 1st and 2nd. So that gap, Brandon Kruger on very worn tires, probably about 6 seconds back to Cody. We'll see shortly as they go through the first sector. It's 12 sec. No, hang on. It is 6 seconds. I was right. So there we go. And Patterson pits. He's in with the Honda, putting in. Jeez, that's a little long. Put in quite a lot of fuel actually. Daniel Rowe coming down the start finish line. He's not gonna, he might not inherit the lead, but he still has a pit stop to do. Where's Christian Deploy? Here he comes. So Kieran's out the end of the pit lane in the haze up ahead there and round the first turn and going. Christian Deploy net second, I beg your pardon, with Johan Baker Krobler then net third for Hybrid Academy. Awesome racing happening here. Just this man and Frans Erasmus to pit for their final pit stops. Yeah, agreed, Bernard. Said it's totally possible to beat all the KSR guys without taking tires. Now we're eating our words. And he's in 6th place. That's unbelievable. It would be good to know what the numbers are for these tires, what the wear is like, because this is full on 75 minutes with 74 minutes that he's been driving them in that heat. He's obviously got vents wide open, but even still, his last lap time, a 1:59. He's now almost 5 seconds off the pace of the leaders with these tires. So, but he's in 6th place. Let's give the man credit where it's due. Cheapers. JW Volskenk in 9th place and arriving on the back of Morgan McCall. So this for position, and Morg's going to have to run some defensive lines. Mercedes still looking a little bit scruffy in the front, and the bonnet is slightly ajar. So there must have been some contact, although I don't see any penalties being handed. So possibly it was just a driving accident that happened. 5, just under 6 minutes. Daniel Rowe's got to be careful because he's got to do his second pit stop with in the next lap. If he doesn't, the pit window is going to close. Let's go and keep our eye on this because he can't. I'm sure somebody will have heard me. It's 5.5 minutes and the pit window closes at 4 minutes. So he's got a minute and a half. He has to come in this lap. Let's put another little bit of drama and spin on this, shall we? Yo, Luke. Yes, glad to see the BMs. It's Mr. Addison himself, the super resident, hardcore, serious alien, Luke Addison. And commenting about good to see the BMs running well. Right, does Daniel Rowe come in? I'm sure he does. Just making a lot of noise now. He does. Okay, so he's getting his pit stop. Oh, he has to hammer it hard just to avoid running through. So that's going to be a quick one. Christian runs through, back into 2nd, and Johan Baker Grobler, here he comes, up into 3rd. Here's Ryan Ottens up into 4th. Daniel Rowe will be stopping. He's on the jacks. He'll be going. Where's Brandon Kruger? Coming through the final turn. There he is. Is Daniel Rowe. He is rolling. So, and he's going out the pits there up in the distance. We'll see. No, we won't. With Cody Sherritt back there in 7th. So there I can hear the Merc.
The pit window is closed.
And the pit window is closed. So Brandon Kruger net 6 with just under 4 minutes to go. That's not bad. Man didn't change tires and you can see it. That last lap time, a 1:38.2, a little bit quicker actually. Okay, this big dice happening further back here. Christian Venter. So Dean Cabassa's gone through. Here we go. Oh, quite a ways through, and there's Christian Venter all the way further back, and then that whole train of 6 cars has opened up completely. So Dean Cabassa and Kalen Mawa, yeah, having a good scrap for 13th and 14th. This the closest dice on track right now. Jay Laroon 22nd, he's getting super close. So it's him and Conrad Volskenk. The teamies all over each other, yeah. Oh, and Conrad runs a little, no, Jean Leroux runs deep and Conrad's right there. McLaren's flying formation here. Kinetic Simworks Racing Hex team. Oh dear. I'll just put a hex on poor old Jean Leroux right there, and Conrad's gone through. And the lead, not the leader, that will then be Morgan McCall, I believe, who's right behind him. No, it's not. He's the leader. So it's Christian Deploy who goes through from second. And Baga Krobler, 8 seconds further back. 1.5 minutes left in this race. Kieran Patterson on the start-finish line. He starts one more lap. He is on lap 48. Back markers moving over, and through he goes. His last lap of 1:36.8. Still doing quick lap times, but good working strategy. Spent the best part of 35 minutes under the rear wing of Morgan McCall's ATK Mercedes at the start of the race. Did the undercut and came out ahead of Morgs, and then managed to hold this and has completed the second pit stop and is out and ahead of Christian Deploy for ATK, who's 11.8 seconds back, with Johan Bago, who was nowhere realistically. Oh dear, I say that and I see Kieran just drive off the track. So he runs a little bit deep there. It's that funny little part of the track. But Bago Krobler was kind of 14th, 15th place, and he is all of a sudden in third place. So he's done epically well for the Hybrid Academy team. And there he is. Well, I think that's it. I'm not too sure if he's going to start another lap here. No, there's the checkered flag. So Kieran takes it, and that's another. That's a win for PWSR. 3 out of 3, and he insists on destroying the cars. There comes Christian Deploy. That's a great result for him. And Johan Bago Krobler, here he comes, and that is an awesome result for the Pepsi Warriors. Ryan Ottens, he comes over for Adrenaline in 4th place, and Daniel Rowe through the final turn, makes sure not to hit that curve this time, and he is the first teammate to come over for Hybrid Academy Pepsi Warriors. Bago Krobler 3rd, Daniel Rowe 5th. That's an awesome result for them. Brandon Kruger takes 6th, having not taken tyres. And Cody Sherritt, he was right there for 7th place. That's Patterson's teammate, with Morgan McCall in 8th, just behind him. Shee, there we go. JW Volsking comes over for 9th. Adrenaline and Bernard Barkhuizen rounds out your top 10. Crailing into the pits 11th. Eric Kirstein comes over for 12th, and further behind Mawa and Kabasa. Look at them. Big dice all the way to the line. So great dicing. Well done, Eric. Well done to everybody. Fear the VTEC. Yeah, Luke. The Honda's definitely sauce it. Very much so. JC, I like that. Luke, your next challenge, get the Lexus to perform again. Yeah, awesome guys, great to see and have you guys here. And I think that's it from us for now. I am going to put us back on the static. I'm going to say thanks to everybody on the YouTube channel. Thanks guys, it was great to have you. I hope you enjoyed the coverage. It was an epic race. Unlucky again for Morgs. He seems to struggle getting it to the flag sometimes without having an issue. I have no clue why I got that drive through. I don't know if any of you guys worked it out. But race done and dusted, and that's it. That's round 3 overs, and we will be back in a week's time. Round 4. Let me just confirm. Stand by. Oh, round 4, we are going to Bathurst, Mount Panorama. We're going over the mountain next week. So Sprint Series and GT3 Championships, it's Mount Panorama. So we'll catch you next week, Wednesday, for the Sprint Series, and I'll be back on Thursday for the Championship Series. But that's it for tonight from me, and I'm going to say goodbye, good night, cheers.